Hi everyone, I am back with your weekly guidance message. I put up a poll on my Insta story and thank you for responding on it. Most of the votes that I got for whether I should go for a pick a card reading or not were in the positive, so I decided to go for one. The way it is going to work is that you can see in the thumbnail, I have numbered the four tarot decks or the four oracle decks, and you can pick your number based on your intuition, what your sixth sense or your intuition is guiding you. Please don't go for what color I like best or what card has the best imagery. Keep it as much intuitive as you possibly can, because when our logical mind kicks in, sometimes those messages are not for us. I would encourage you to use your intuitive mind as opposed to your logical analytical mind. Okay. Also, as you have seen, you've been following my page, you know that the sun has already shifted into Aquarius. So this is the time to think outside the box, to be unconventional, to be original, to kind of align yourself with the causes close to your heart, the networks, the humanitarian things that are close to your heart, and to just march to the beat of your own drum. I think that's the key message for Aquarius season. You don't need to follow, I'm not saying break all traditions, but just those that are not aligned with you and your soul purpose. You can break those traditions. You can try new things, experiment with new places, new looks, new crowds, new jobs, new vocations, new ideas. Ideas are the realm of Aquarius. So experiment as much as you want to. Honestly, there's no limit. Another key astrological development is that Mars will be shifting signs tomorrow or the day after. It will be moving into the sign of Capricorn, and that is probably the best placement for Mars, because Mars is exalted in that sign, and that is the time to bring out your to-do lists and to tick all the boxes, because you will be extra productive during the 6 weeks that are about to come. Projects that have been stalled, initiatives that are not exactly taking off, will take off. However, a small caveat, wait for Venus and Mercury to turn direct. So starting February 1st week is your go-to time for checking off that to-do list. Okay. Enough about astrology. Hopefully by now you guys have picked your pile numbers. I will pick one card at random, which would be your weekly guidance message, and then one tea leaf card, which I have aligned 4 of them here, and I will pick just 2 cards at random, which may or may not be linked to your single card message here. It may be an extra layer, it may be additional information, but it would still be relevant for your week. Okay. So I have divided them into 4 piles, and I will just pick the 2 cards, the first 2 cards from each pile at random, so that all of you get your double layered weekly guidance message. Okay, starting with pile 1, this is the Crazy Sexy Love Notes by Kris Carr. I will just pick one card at random. I'll go with this one. Very nice. It says, invite your fears to tea. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Let me read the message on the back side, and this message is for my pile 1s. Fears are not facts. Often they are just scary thoughts or feelings. Instead of judging your fears, invite them to tea, offer them a cookie, and have a chat. Listen to what they have to say. When we are courageous enough to be with what scares us, we receive powerful wisdom. So my pile 1s are being encouraged to sit down with your fears, spend time with them, talk to them, hear from them. What are your fears trying to tell you? And the best thing about sitting down with your emotions is that you are no longer in denial. You are not running away from them, and then hopefully you will receive guidance and wisdom on how to deal with those fears. That is the benefit of sitting down with your fears and not running away from them. Okay, so I will now pick a fortune tea leaf card at random. This stone is, if you've picked pile 1, your stone is lapis lazuli, which is asking you to establish a divine connection. Establish your connection with the divine, however you define it, and to receive your guidance from divine sources. That includes obviously your intuition, but also gospels, like let's say our holy book, the Quran. You might even receive guidance from that book, or from the wisdom of our saints, and the people who've traveled on the spiritual path before us. So those can be your go-to sources for guidance. Let me pick up 2 cards at random. Okay, this says money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. So maybe if I have to draw a connection with your earlier pile, maybe your fears are around money, or maybe this is just an additional message for your week ahead. So this is a great time for people who've applied for jobs and who are waiting for additional finances, or maybe who are sort of busy with a side gig and are waiting to generate money. Your second message is fire, strong emotion, passionate, love, or hate. So obviously I will caution you against hate, because hate does not serve anyone. But this is generally a time for passion, a time for love. And if I connect these 2 cards, a very strong message that I'm getting is one of your passions might be about to generate money for you. And this would probably help help you deal with the fears around money, if any of you are facing those fears. Okay, now we are going to move to my pile 2s. So pile 2s, I will draw 1 card at random and then pick a message from the fortune tea leaf cards. That message from the tea leaf cards may or may not be linked to the 1 card that I will draw here. It might either clarify that card, or it might be an additional message for the week ahead. So let me just pick 1 card at random. Okay, so your card says desert passage, trust that there is a divine plan. Desert passage, trust that there is a divine plan. Let me now read what the book has to say about this. Even if it seems that life has areas of barrenness, beneath the surface, life is transforming in accordance with your highest good. Trust that you are guided, even if it doesn't always seem like it. There are spiritual guides and angels surrounding you. Listen with your heart. Act on your instincts. Believe that the messages you are being given are in your highest good. Get down to basics. Trust what you feel. So the sacred traveler wants you to know that the desert path can seem like a vast wasteland, yet it is in the isolation that immense insights and intuition can emerge. If in the past you trusted your instincts and then later it seemed to be a mistake, don't let that keep you from trusting your intuition now. Often those things that we thought were mistakes in the past, in hindsight, were the best things possible for us. As you open your intuition, you will sense messages from and the loving presence of your spirit guides and ancestors. There is a potent plan for your life. Trust. So basically, my pile 2s, you are being told that yes, externally or on the surface, your life may seem barren, dull, boring, or maybe there is nothing specific going on, but you need to open your intuition, receive messages from divine sources, tap into your intuition and realize that there is a bigger plan unfolding right now. And probably in the future, in hindsight or in retrospect, when you're going to connect the dots, it is all going to make sense. Okay, so now I am going to draw a fortune tea leaf card at random for you guys. Since you've chosen the black obsidian stone, the additional message is that this is the week to cut out negative energy from your life. That energy might be coming from, let's say, an addiction, or maybe your darker shadow side, or maybe some people around you who don't have your best interests at heart, or maybe a certain place or location triggers you. So this is the time to cut back negative energies from your life. If any one of you is facing such concern, you can DM me for additional guidance. So your two fortune tea leaf cards are 10 card, celebration, fun, enjoyment. Okay, that's a good message. That's a very positive message. And maybe there's an event or a social occasion on which you will get a chance to party with your friends or family, and there will be a reason for celebration and enjoyment. And your second card is dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. So this dark man, whether you know him or you don't, might have a significant role to play in the events about to unfold for next week. So yes, these are your two messages. They seem quite separate from the card of desert passage. Or maybe if I have to draw a linkage, maybe for some of you, the dull and boring conditions in your life will end soon, and there will be a reason to celebrate. So you can either connect the cards or you can look at them in isolation. And either way, the events of next week are going to resonate with you if you've chosen pile 2. Okay, now is the turn for my pile 3s. I will draw one card from the deck called the Art of Letting Go, and the other card would be from tea leaf fortune cards. The two cards may or may not be connected, so kindly take whatever resonates and leave the rest. Okay, sorry, I just want to put these back here for reference if someone has to look at them again. Okay. So for pile 3s, I will draw one card at random. Okay, your card says acting as if. Acting as if. Let me read the message on the back side. Today I will try acting as if, a positive form of pretending. This is a good way to get past part of a problem or overcome fears and doubts. I will act as if the situation is already resolved and get on with my life. So the message that you're getting is fake it till you make it, basically. If you want to change your life in a certain direction, you can act as if your desires have already manifested. The best part is to imagine how your life would feel if you were to get this desire, and to stay with that imagination for a few minutes. Some of you might have to Google and read up on the law of attraction, which would guide you how to manifest your deepest desires. So until that desire comes to the material world or material reality, you are being asked to imagine that desire, maybe to create a vision board, and to align your actions as if that desire has already happened, So it all starts with imagination. It all starts with envisioning our highest good, and then your wishes come to fulfillment. Please do read up on the law of attraction to understand the deeper message behind this card. Now I will pick your tea leaf card. Since you've chosen the fluoride stone, the fluoride stone is to cut away, sorry for the word, but to cut away bullshit from your life and to see things for what they are, instead of sort of believing any false messages that you're getting. If someone has been lying to you, you are being asked to use your intuition, and you are being asked to look at things from the logical mind instead of allowing someone to gaslight you. So this can be a useful stone for the week ahead if you want greater clarity in your dealing with people. So your two random messages from the tea leaf cards are harp, great happiness. So hopefully the next week will give you some reason for happiness. And your next card is discord among friends or family. If I were to draw a link with your acting as if card, I think the message is that in case there is a discord with friends or family, you should try and act as a mediator, and you should act as if things can still be brought back to balance. If harmony can be act as if the harmony is still achievable. Okay, so these are your two fortune tea leaf cards. Again, they may or may not be linked to your initial card of acting as if, so you can look at them together, or you can read them in separation, but either way there will be a useful message for your week ahead. Thank you, pile 3s. I will now move on to my last pile, which is pile 4, and draw one card at random. This is the Moonology deck, And again, I will pick two cards at random from the fortune tea leaf cards, which may or may not be linked to your original card. Okay, so the card says communication is key, new moon in Gemini. So maybe this is the week when you have to have a difficult conversation with someone, and you need to be very clear and articulate what you've been feeling and what you've been thinking. I can give you additional message from this book that comes with these cards. Okay, it says a successful relationship usually comes down to one thing: communication. And the new moon in Gemini card is all about the start of a new cycle for communicating with the person at the center of your question. So I know you haven't really asked a question, but next week maybe there's a key person in your life that you will have to have a conversation with. Talking things through is the answer to whatever it is that you're dealing with. If you cannot talk to that person, you can journal about it to yourself. Emails, text messages, and all other forms of communication will also help you now. If the issue you are asking about concerns a sibling or neighbor, there's a new start coming, a time to wipe the slate clean and start over. This card could also suggest that you've been too frivolous lately and need to get grounded again. But most importantly, drawing this card emphasizes the need to communicate. So I think it's time to speak your truth to whoever and whatever, to whoever you need to talk to and whatever the truth is about. Because if you've been beating around the bush or if you've been avoiding a conversation, now is the time to have it. So your weekly stone is rose quartz, which is the message for love, union, harmony. I expect that this week will, it would be a good time to get close to a loved one. You know, if it's a family member or your partner or a sibling or a close friend, this is the week to resolve your differences with that person and to come on the same page. So your two random messages from the fortune tea leaf cards are: Apple, temptation will test you. This was a month card which says December. Maybe something happened in December that you need to have a communication about this week. And this is just a separate message, so I will put it on the side and take one more card for you. It says a distant friend is thinking of you. So I think this is a separate message. A distant friend is thinking of you, and this would be the week when you can talk to your friend and sort of catch up over the months or years you haven't been in touch with that friend. And this seems to be a separate message which says temptation will test you. So please avoid any temptation. Sometimes, the temptation is to, let's say, leave a routine that is good for us. Let's say, sleep lesser than normal or sleep more than normal. Or maybe the temptation is to have lots of food, lots of, any harmful substances that you're taking. So this week you're being guided to resist that temptation. So with this message, guys, I hope you appreciate the work that has gone into this reading. 4 separate piles and then fortune tea leaf cards and then separate messages from your stones. Please do let me know if you find this useful or if you think I should go back to my previous one card message. I will wait for your feedback and then come and then act accordingly for the weekly guidance message next week. Until then, please take care of yourself. Bye.